As you can see, becoming a better observer is really not difficult. In addition to the signs, what you observe, there are triggers the athlete reports, or what we call symptoms, like headache, pressure in the head, neck pain, I feel like I'm going to vomit, nausea, dizziness, vision blurry, vision doubles, slurred speech, radiating pain in the arms or legs, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise, a statement, I don't feel right, I can't think clearly, I feel sluggish, I feel groggy, I feel tired, I feel nervous, I feel sad, and memory loss. So now that you've pulled the athlete from play, what does follow-up monitoring look like? Well, there is a form called the Sports Concussion Assessment Tool, or SCAT, and part of that form is signs and symptoms called concussion symptom evaluation. It's a checklist of about 20 symptoms, and it's graded on either the frequency of the symptom, and that's for kids under age 12, or the severity of the symptom, and that's for kids over age 12. And the bottom line is, if the score goes up, this is a sign that medical care should be sought. What does it look like? Here you go. This is the symptom evaluation portion of the form called the Sports Concussion Assessment Tool, or SCAT. You can see it's an easy chart, and parents, coaches, very easy. Once a day, you can talk to the athlete and go over these and grade them. Again, if the score goes up from one day to the next, medical attention, if it hasn't already been sought, should be sought. So now that we've been reviewing this, you get an idea of what the concussion protocol looks like. In professional sports, each professional sport has different guidelines, but typically when a player enters the protocol or is in the protocol, it means that he or she has been removed from play and is being examined to determine a return to play date. What happens in between remove and return is often not clear. This period of time is called remaining in the protocol. During that time period, we need a doctor's examination, a doctor's note with a date on it. What does the date on the note actually mean? What is the return to play protocol? What does that really mean? And who is the one that clears the athlete to return to play? It differs typically in the school system and league and club sports. When a player clears the protocol, it means that he or she is ready to return to play. So what does this doctor's note look like? Well, once again, unfortunately, in every state, there's a different note. We've taken a look at all the notes and made our own note, the TeamSafe medical clearance for suspected brain injury. And you can see it states no concussion or head injury. The doctor must check that off. Or this athlete has sustained a concussion or head injury. Do not return. The doctor needs to check that off, and that's why there's a stop sign there. There's a slow sign because the next box is concussion or head injury resolved, may begin the return to sport protocol on such and such a date. We'll go over what that means in a moment. And then go, the final examination, is the doctor fully clearing the athlete to return to play. You need to know what your school system or what your youth sports league requires with regard to return to play protocols. For return, we typically talk about return to sport, but in addition to that, in school systems, we have a return to school. However, who's going to be monitoring that in a league or a club because that sport is not in the school? So we have to think about this carefully. The return to sport protocol is 6 steps, but not necessarily 6 days, and that can dovetail very nicely with a return to learn or return to school protocol. How might this look? We'll go through this fairly quickly because you can come back and look at this, but we have stage 1, which we call quiet brain, quiet body. There's no school activity, there's no exercise activity, and this is the first just 24 to 48 hours. We need to make sure everything is okay. Medical examinations need to be going on during this period, and this is the time period during which coordination between all stakeholders should be occurring. The next stage is gentle active brain, gently active body. We can start moving into partial attendance, a partial day at school, and light exercise that's under the threshold of causing any symptoms to return. And then we just gradually increase the amount of time spent in school and the amount of time exercising and the intensity of the exercise. So we have a stage 3, we have a stage 4, we have a stage 5 where we're getting into vigorous activity, full day school participation, homework and testing has been resumed, full out practices are being resumed. And once we clear all of that, then we can return to the healthcare provider and get the full-fledged return to play. So it's very important is, do you have a way of tracking the athlete through this protocol? Here's an easy way to do it via a smartphone application where we have a web portal that shows each stage of the return, and we have a roster that shows each athlete, if they've been removed from play, what the date on the doctor's note is, when their pending return is, and then they're fully cleared.